And
Ready.
we are back. Hello, everybody. We are here again. Game number 2 is coming up. A little bit of a break between game 1 and game 2. Penta just need to reset, calm down a little bit, and think about their game plan, because game 1 was...
Well, they reset a couple of
all
times
over
even
the
in the
place.
game number 1. Like, there was so many mistakes, back and forth, back and forth. They had a couple of chances to win.
Yeah.
They didn't take it. Also, we discussed about it. It was first stage pick Tinker. That's
Don't see that
that's
very
interesting.
often.
Yeah.
But I mean, what? They banned the Nyx, the Storm, and the Puck? And then they were like, come at us?
I was thinking about Clockwork. He was still in the pool. One of the better counters, actually. They could have played him as an offlane instead of that Beastmaster. I think he could have done so much more.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The Beastmaster had a really rough time. Died to the Sand King a couple of times. His Hawk did some good scouting, but it was a rough game for him.
What about that Roche bit scouting?
I mean, he put the Hawk in the right place, then his team walked into the pit anyway, so not really his fault. But new game, a new draft.
10 seconds
Ant
remaining.
this time come out with a tiny Rubik, thanks to the Tinker being banned by Penta immediately.
remaining.
First phase Tinker, Brew, Bane, as Omni, Ench, and Night Stalker bans from Ant. We've had the Tinker first pick in game 1. How do you feel about an OD first pick in game 2?
Well, Nyx Assassin is banned out after that, so he's good. He, in my book, kind of underpicked, to be honest. The hero is so good, especially the Astral. I'm not sure how it works against the Tiny. I mean, Astral doesn't last long enough. Same goes for, let's say, Shadow Demon's Disruption against the Tiny, status resistance. But he can steal a lot of int from him because he is in the front lines. Rubik, one of the better heroes against OD, because that's the only spell you can steal from an OD. So you have a guaranteed save.
Very good.
Also against Sanking as well. We saw in the game number 1, DNZ played really well on that Rubik.
Yeah, a number of amazing Burrow Strike steals and turnarounds. Now there is a name I haven't seen in a time. Earthshaker comes out, and immediate Abaddon for Penta. Feels potentially like a pre-made draft that Penta have all set up here. Very quick with their picks and bans, just immediately snap, snap, snap. Know what they want. But we'll talk about Ant for a little bit here. They've got Rubik, Tiny, good setup, a lot of nuke damage to burst people
10
down.
seconds remaining.
Where does this Earthshaker fit in? Like, why has he been picked up third?
5 seconds
No idea.
remaining.
I can say why Earthshaker is good, but I'm not on a TeamSpeak or Skype or whatever with Ant Esports. So, well, he can be played. Earthshaker was a mid, was position 4, was an offlane because he can block the ramp, played as 3. Then people thought of, well, we don't need to play him as 3, we can pick whatever hero we want for an offlane and just block it with position 4 Earthshaker so he gets the lane back.
And then you have like Swindles and PPD who play the 5 Earthshaker as well, right? Where they just like sit behind people and fish a block. But yeah, you can slot him into a number of roles. I guess that's as good a reason as any to take him in that second phase.
Abaddon on another side, none of these can counter Abaddon at all. Really good pickup by Penta. A lot of stuns. He has Aura from OD as well for infinite mana if
I speak for the trees.
he's lucky enough. They can go for one of the better heroes I love against Nature's Prophet is Witch Doctor. I mean, in general, one of the better heroes. He can turn on the heal a couple of
10
times, also
seconds
trigger the
remaining.
OD's aura. Really works well against Nature's
5
Prophet in the
seconds
laning
remaining.
stage. The bounce, the Maledict, one of the better counters to Tiny as well. It stays the full duration.
Dire team ban.
There you have it. Perfect.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah, it fits. It makes a lot of sense. A lot of heal coming out from Abaddon and Witch Doctor, so their team fight is insanely good.
So
You mentioned that they picked Abaddon, like they had it prepared, but maybe after Earthshaker, So
10 seconds.
if he goes in, you have a Baron who wants to be in the front lines.
5 seconds.
Just
remaining.
tank the Earthshaker ulti, can pop his ulti and cast a shield. Like I guess the reason why Nature's Prophet was picked is because he builds into items that counter a Baron. He builds naturally into Shadowblade and Orchid. That's the which he can upgrade to Silver Edge and just kill a Baron. You can't,
silence and you
through
break.
Silence and break. You can't use the ulti at all.
Gyro 5th pick.
Yeah, also, one of the better counters to Nature's Prophet. Can't TP out, gives a vision with the rocket. AoE clear against the Treants.
10 seconds remaining.
Final pick for Ant. So they've got a tiny safe lane, Prophet off lane,
5
Rubik and
seconds
Earthshaker as
remaining.
their 2 supports. Missing that mid lane hero. Still unsure where this Abaddon's heading. I can definitely see like an OD Sand King dual lane mid. Witch
Yeah,
Doctor
it's,
Gyro,
off lane.
Abaddon off lane.
It's gonna be probably an offlane Abaddon.
Viper. Do love me a bit of Viper.
So they have a Viper, maybe just with a Silence and a break from Viper, they can take down Abaddon. That's all. I mean, that could be the reason, one of the reasons. I mean, it's still a Viper, one of the better laners you can get. So it's, what do they want? They want to have Viper against OD. Because Viper does not care about OD at all.
Until later game, right? Laning stage
Yeah.
doesn't care. Then late game, if he doesn't have a BKB, Arcane Orb can be annoying. Now, who do you favor all in it all? Like laning phase, I want to kind of give it to Ant, but then mid-game team fights and moving around the map feels like Penta have much more firepower. They've got saving tools, they've got team fight AoE, they've got single target pick-off, decent tower defending capabilities once Sand King gets a blink as well. But it feels scary. If Ant get out of control in the first 10 minutes, they could maybe just walk this one home.
Prepare for battle.
I don't think Nature's Prophet is going to do too much on the bottom lane. They have 3 stuns with Witch Doctor, Sand King, and Gyro. Even if they win top lane against Abaddon, Abaddon started with the Orb of Venom. So they might help him out. Maybe Sand King will stay there, help him out first level or 2. That's a good dual lane, especially against the melee hero that Tiny is.
Just put the pressure on early.
Yeah. I mean, if you have level 2 heroes with the Aphotic Shield, slow from Orb of Venom, Curse, and Caustic Finale, the Tiny does not move.
And then they've got the damage to back it up, potentially, with just right clicks. So what else have we got here? Bottom lane, Oliver starts in a very defensive position. 2 sets of tangos on this Gyro. Kind of indicative of him being left alone, potentially against this Nature's Prophet once he maybe gets level 2. Witch Doctor can look to roam around a little bit here. RMN could swing towards mid, maybe. Posing as Mi's Rubik.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can set up ganks easily on that Viper. Sand King can just approach with the Boots of Speed, with the Maledict. Once Witch Doctor hits level 2, OD is gonna be level 3, so with level 2 Astral, they can set up ganks easily.
Oh, look at that, easy gold. Oliver gets the first CS of the game there, kills off a Treant. And another one, and another one. Oh yeah, double. Double
Nice,
CS.
juicy.
Very good. Oh god, what's happening here? Rubik and Sand King having a bit of a scrap. I think Rubik was looking for a potential courier snipe, but neither of these heroes will get the job done.
He needs to TP out. He's trying to bait him, maybe.
Into the Earthshaker.
Yeah, but still. Whoa.
That's not what they wanted. Now Fisher's down. DNZ still has that extra Burst Strike. Will just hang around here, but the 2 dire supports going
Bottom
around
lane
as a
though, look
pair.
at the Witch Doctor.
Or just 1v1ing the Furion. Does he get a kill here, maybe?
2 hits, I'm not sure
is
he's
that
gonna
2?
be in the range.
Oh! RMN! First blood, hello.
Look at it go.
Kills two little Treants, then kills the Prophet. He's just slaying everybody here. Lift and Fisher overlapped a little bit, and Tiny doesn't have level 2, just has the grab of the trees And no toss as the Sand King arrives. DNZ goes in with the Orb of Venom and level 1 Curse of the Avernus. Infi in a lot of trouble. Avalanche finally arrives though. Tiny brings in the tree toss and throws it into the poor little Abaddon. DNZ can't really do too much about that. He's looking for another Burst Strike in onto, I don't know, 2 of them here. He needs it to land onto Rubik and Earthshaker, but they split. Make sure that Infi is safe. DNZ goes still in onto the Earthshaker. 1 hit here from the Abaddon might secure a kill, but the Great Avalanche holds them back.
They need level 2. Once they hit level 2, they're so much stronger. Abaddon and Sand King. Bottom lane is pretty much one. You have Witch Doctor, who is level 2 with Maledict. I don't think Nature's Prophet can stay on the lane. Can just try to play sneaky, hide in the trees.
DNZ, 2 minutes. Bounty rune's there. He grabs it. And now, with a Burrow Strike ready, Posing as me is in a very difficult spot. No telekinesis, and in comes Abaddon. Slices down.
Oh, even the bottom lane, he has Maledict plus a stun.
Oh, not gonna really chase here, are you? Is he gonna go for this kill? Is that enough damage now with the Maledict popping? 70,
Yeah,
60.
it's gonna be enough.
Pop,
He didn't hit the
30
tango.
HP.
Oh, that's elastic. Never mind. My bad, boys.
Level 1 Maledict. Maybe he, like, one more hit there would have got it, right? Because he was on 30 HP. One more right click would have secured that kill.
No, Nature's Prophet did not want to eat the tango. Maybe just eat the fog so he revealed himself.
Just hiding behind the trees. Being a good little boy. How's Viper doing mid? 18-1, 13-1 on the OD.
Ode is doing extremely well. Yeah, that's the gank setup I was talking about. Level 2 Astral with Maledict, with even some procs from the mana.
Good Fisher.
Yeah, but it's still a Viper. He has Fairy Fire.
Level 2 Corrosive Skin. He's going to pop here, though. That Maledict too much, and now DNZ gets a Burst Strike onto the Earthshaker as well. The Astral keeps him alive. Arc, the player, saves the Sand King, but Nature's Prophet now TPs in and does get that kill. RMN Maledict back onto the Furion, but Zaz and Infi sprinting forward, trying to catch this lowly Witch Doctor. Fisher will not block. Not really a good chance to do so, and RMN escapes.
Maybe Viper could have lived. If he used the Fairy Fire right away, so he does not take more damage from Maledict. Meanwhile, we have Tiny 22 CS, pretty much free farming on the top lane, because Sand King was kind of forced to go mid. Once they get some levels up, level 3 on both of the heroes, it's gonna be so much easier.
These offlaners are having really bad times, though, right? Like, Abaddon's hit level 3, he's got 7 CS, but Nature's Prophet, you know, you said from the start, the Witch Doctor is going to shut him down.
Yeah, it's, what, 1-0 CS
yeah.
Nature's Prophet. Usually you pick Nature's Prophet because you want to dominate the lane, pressure the lane early on, and just roll from there.
I mean, we've seen Nature's Prophets get, like, 1 minute 30 phase boots, you know, 3 minute phase boots. Right now it's 4.5 minutes in, and he's not anywhere near, really. Difficult time.
That's level 3 rocket from Gyro. It's gonna cut 1/3 of the HP.
Bing. Donk on the head. That really does hurt. Spam out some treants. I'll do.
Well, this is where Viper shines. It's pretty much impossible to kill him. Level 5, level 2 Corrosive Skin with Raindrops and Magic Wand.
And then you need to have a support hero here to try and save the OD. Top lane, Abaddon tossed back and dies before he hits the ground again. Koblack picks that one up with a level 3 toss.
Yeah. I assume that Sand King was
looking somewhere else.
Yeah, well, looking somewhere else or whatever. Maybe spent too much time on the mid lane. If they just stick together, both him and Abaddon would be a higher level.
Oh.
And it's a solo kill.
Oliver dives in behind tier 1. I was just looking over here, there's a ton of stacks. If you see this dire side of the map, there's stacked Ancients, large camp, medium camp, everything's being built up here. Tiny, only 1 level in the tree grab.
Large camp American size or European size?
That's a European size, right?
European size, yeah.
So if it was American, it would be
it's
an extra 70%.
No, but when I ordered the medium size lemonade or Coke in USA.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's actually huge.
It's crazy.
You can't drink it.
I went to Wendy's for the first time
Nice.
at, what, TI5, I think it was? And I asked for, it's like a strawberry lemonade or something like that. And they asked me what size I want. I was just like a regular. And it comes out, and it's, you know, I'm a big guy, and it's fucking huge. It's as big as me. The amount of sugar in those things, like, it's actually going to kill you.
Yeah.
Like instant diabetes.
I remember when Jack ordered the lemonade. It was so sweet that he couldn't even drink it. I love lemonade though.
Well, lemonade needs to be sour, you know? It needs to have that tartness to it. Yeah, exactly. Pucker your lips. OD.
Yeah, bottom lane. Once again, Furion will go down.
Dear. He's nearly got his phase boots. He's getting closer and closer. Still a very difficult game for him, though. What's happening top? DNZ is eyeing up the Earthshaker. They'll chase each other around in the jungle for a little bit. Bounty runes not available. But I really want to keep my eyes on this OD and what kind of build he goes for. Double nulls here. So I've seen a number of different things. I've seen some people go back for like the old school Midas build.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of like...
He's so far behind. It's level 7 against level 5, and not even level 6. Aggressive TP coming out from Nature's Prophet.
So many heroes mid. Maldic Cask in onto Viper. There's a Rubik here randomly, but it's DNZ with a backstab that will get the first kill onto the Viper. Kellen survives. The Aphotic Shield from Abaddon will keep him up and running as Tiny's made a rotation here. Is this 5v5 mid? Gyro's not available, so not quite, but they will get a 1-for-1 trade. Witch Doctor dies for his sins as Viper was the Dire hero to fall, but that was aggression from the Dire, them making the first move, and Radiant react so nicely that they don't lose out at all, but the Turkish team have stuck around mid lane. There's the Avatos. OD has been lifted, and he's dead. Tiny gets the final slap down as the rest of the Radiant left him alone. I mean, you expect the Dire to say, okay, we lost our Viper, let's run away, but they stuck around and they did close out that OD kill.
Yeah, you mentioned 5 versus 5. It was 5 versus 4 only at 7-minute mark.
Gyro is like the only one who's farming bottom lane. Oh god, Nature's Prophet not again. Does have a TP, and it looks like he might just get out. Not quite. The Caustic pops right on time.
Everything pops. Caustic, Aphotic Shield, the attack speed from Curse as well. Yeah, this Nature's Prophet. I don't know what he needs to do to get back into the game. He's level 4 at the 8th minute. Might even consider going for a Midas.
DNZ takes a tumble.
Yeah, you were talking about Midas build on OD. I think that's the way to go this game. He's kind of under level 6 only. The hero does not farm that fast at all. Ooh, double damage Gyro.
Is he just going to throw the call down here? He's just going to TP away.
What? Juke.
I mean, if he forced a TP rotation, I feel like that's what he's doing, right? He's trying to force someone to TP mid so that they can play aggressively top or wherever.
Yeah, but it would be perfect if he had any kind of region so he can TP back to a lane. He's going for Aghanim Scepter build.
Oh.
The extra...
I don't know
what's... Side gunner, yeah.
Not seen it in a while. Lots of Mask of Madness, lots of SNY, BKB obviously on Gyro. But been a while since I've seen the old Aghanim Scepter. We'll see what he does with it, as he does get to clear out a couple of lovely little stacks with his level 3 in that flak cannon. Now Abaddon lifted back, has hit level 6 just about, so he's got his ulti to play with. If the Dire get a little bit too ballsy here, toss back onto the Witch Doctor, but Cold Black being chased down. Good Fisher keeps the Gyro away from the Tiny. Very important there that Infi does exactly that. Sand King not available for this fight, farming away bottom lane, trying to close in on that blink, but things definitely slow down for the Dire team top lane as Abaddon, you know, he hit level 6. They can't go on him anymore, and he'll defend the tier 1.
Yeah, Tony has Blink queued up. Maybe a Shadow Blade would be a better choice. Both of the supports need to spend so much more money on sentries, and he can cut the back lines. Maybe try to insta-kill Witch Doctor or a Sand King, and also works well at one point he might upgrade it to Silver Edge. Not the best choice against the Abaddon. Plus maybe a silence from Nature's Prophet.
Right now, this phase of the game feels like the struggle between the two 4-roll heroes trying to get Blink. Earthshaker's farming jungle. Sand King was pushing bottom lane, but with that toss cancelling his TP, his farming days will end right here, right now. But both Earthshaker and Sand King's Blinks feel imperative, right? That they are the
20
catch
minute
tool.
20 minutes probably if they don't get any kills.
Very deep here from Abaddon. Good kill and no stuns to cancel his TP. Viper the first one to come to the top tier 1, slowing and delaying any kind of follow-up TPs. Good stuff.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Abaddon's getting closer to the phase of lads that he wants. A glyph bottom keeps the tier 1 alive. Oliver shifts here with his flat cannon flying out, and the homing missile will follow the Furion all the way back home to base.
Yeah, I want to check something for that side gunner real quick.
Furion has a bottle. Phase, magic stick, and bottle. I can very, very easily say I've never seen this build on a Prophet before.
I have to agree, Gary. This is,
I've seen a lot of builds in my time.
Well, Nature's Prophet is one of the heroes you can build pretty much anything you want on him. He actually just sold the bottle, or was it someone else's bottle? What's happening?
Maybe it was Tiny's bottle. Tiny has a bottle. Maybe it was just his, and he's close by. I didn't check, to be honest, if it was his bottle or not.
I'll check. It's his bottle.
It's Tiny's bottle, but I mean, when the Nature's Prophet had it, I didn't see if he was sharing it with someone or what was going on there. But now it's even worse. Now he's 600 net worth less than we thought he was, which looked really bad. Oh well, where is he? 2,900 net worth, 100 behind the Earthshaker, which is significantly worse off than where he should be. Tiny is up at the top though, making up for that deficit, as it is the Ant Esports side with the slight net worth lead, clearing through some stacks of camps and ancients. Try and bring this Tiny online. Illusion Rune and Blink Dagger both available here for him as they smoke up as 4. 3 will move west. Viper level 11, Dragonlance ready to go. They don't have boots on the Rubik here, so it's going to have to be Infi's Earthshaker that makes that first maneuver. Looking for the Fisher, lands it onto 2. There's the Echo to go as well. Oliver being focused down. They don't get anything really to save him there, even though Abaddon threw everything into the Gyro. Now the Death Ward out onto the Viper. A lot of damage, but dead. The Witch Doctor's brought down here by the Nature's Prophet TPing in. Abaddon might be in trouble as well, but they'll swing back onto DNZ. Cold Black brings down the third hero there of Penta, and they don't lose a single guy.
Once again, Tiny doing the God's work in these fights. The early Blink pickup actually paying off. He's going for that Shadow Blade, what it seems to be. Might still change a little bit. Their lineup, I mean, the only problem is that Nature's Prophet was shut down so hard in the laning stage. Otherwise, they could roll from here, take the tier 1s and tier 2s easily. I really don't see the point of going for Aghanim Scepter on Gyro, besides attacking Nature's Prophet units.
Yeah, like when we...
I mean, he was already shut down. There's no point in shutting him down.
It's kind of weird, right? I mean, what are we looking at here? So Side Gunner works through disables, right? So even if he's lifted or fissured or tossed, he's still going to be doing damage. But when we saw this Side Gunner Gyro previously, when it was like relatively popular for, you know, maybe 3 months or 4 months, when Gyro came back a bit, it was like against illusion heroes, and you'd go Phase, Maelstrom, Ags, and you'd get the Maelstrom procs from the Side Gunner.
Yeah, because the modifiers work on Side Gunner.
But in this game, I'm with you. I don't see the point. Mid lane, they will kick off a fight, realizing that bottom lane has been a commitment from the Radiant. Viper might be in trouble. Earthshaker thinking about getting into battle, but in comes the OD. Big Sanity's Eclipse. Does he have enough damage with the save from the Abaddon there, giving him the shield? The OD, he's staying alive. Finally, the Tiny grabs a tree and brings him to his knees. A good 2-man Burrow Strike in onto the Viper and posing as me, but Sand King falls. And Esports again grouping up as 4 and making Penta pay.
A little bit of misplay again from Penta. They used Astral on Abaddon, who had Shield on and had Ulti on. Plus they decided to go for Viper, who was the most tanky hero on the side of Ant.
I mean, what? Like 1750 HP with Strength Treads, Dragon Lance, Raindrops, Magic Wand charges. This Viper, level 13, incredibly difficult to bring down. Well, looks like Oliver's going to go Ags into S&Y. Well, I guess the other thing about Ags back then was like it was a farming tool as well, but now Mask of Madness is just amazing. And we'll see what he decides to get done with this side gunning, flak cannoning. Little Aghanim's gyro. Oliver has plans of his own. Is there anything big coming up for any of the other boys? Blink is 700 gold off for the Sand King.
No, Earthshaker actually got his Blink Dagger right now.
That's big. Echo Slam is level 1, but it's ready, and that's what matters. Lots of Observer Wards from the Dire as well. Looking deep into this farming area, they see the OD. They've watched the Abaddon and the Sand King both move top, so they can probably safely say Witch Doctor and Gyro are relatively alone in their lanes. And if they check for TPs, what have we got? We don't have a TP on Witch Doctor. Gyro has one, but he's going to walk himself up towards top. Witch Doctor is... RMA is just sprinting back to base. Get me into a fight somewhere. He's blocking up mid-wave, hiding in behind tier 2. Is this a fight Penta want to take? They're grouping up here very, very early on.
I'm not sure they want to fight. The Witch Doctor has no TP, can't get one anytime soon. Shadowblade is picked up by Tiny. They still don't know about it, so he can blow up Sand King or Witch Doctor in the back lines.
Well, Witch Doctor baits out a Sprout, but tier 2 still dropping. They need to buy Sand King some time for this Blink. Posing as me. Steals out the Sandstorm. DNZ tries to catch Posing as me with a side gunner there. Oliver finds the kill. That's already paid for itself. On a support Rubik.
That's 240 gold for 4200.
Yeah, you just rearrange the numbers, add a 0. Perfect.
Quick math.
Absolutely. Well, OD got caught by the Blink Tiny, and Sand King tried to come in and save him. That will be another 2 for nothing in the top lane for the Dire team.
Still not Echo committed.
No, it feels like nothing was committed there, honestly, and in comes the Tiny. Blink out of a toss, pops his Shadowblade to run away. That's a big call down. Coming in onto the head of the Viper, but the Force Staff out will keep him safe. They'll retreat away, leaving the tier 2 on 94 HP. But this starts to open up Roshan, not just for the Dire, but potentially for both teams. The next big team fight could very well define the tempo of the next 10-15 minutes, depending on who gets this Aegis.
Well, they have a good Roche lineup with the Viper and Nature's Prophet. I mean, both of them have a lot of heal on the side of Penta, plus Photic Shield.
So once Nature's Prophet completes this Orchid, do things become even more difficult for Penta, or is this something that they can maybe deal with?
Well, they can shut down Abaddon easily with it. Also, Sand King has a Blink Dagger, has Smoke queued up. They're trying to make a move right now.
Yeah, Sand King's TPing top. The fight has already kicked off, though. Abaddon's ulti soaking up a lot of the damage, and they bring down Viper. Where's the Blink from DNZ? Posing as me with Infi, both falling back. Earthshaker.
They just saw his... Okay, they didn't see his Blink Dagger, because it's still in his stash.
Oh, is it? Is it not on him? Where is it? Oh, yeah, you're right. It's back home. That's unfortunate. If he had it there, maybe, you know, he gets to blink forward and then catch one of the 2 supports that were lurking in the back. Witch Doctor and Rubik hiding in the trees together. Unknowingly. Well, here we go. The Blink debut for the Sand King and a smoke from Penta. As OD has had a very slow game, you know, went back for the Hand of Midas that we look towards. Force Staff is here, but he still needs Hurricane Pike, Blink, a BKB this game, a Shiver's Guard. You know, there's lots of things that the OD would love to have, but you Now, you mentioned he's not a fast farmer by any means. There's a slow, arduous road to any of these big tier 1 items that he wants.
Yeah, he still needs a couple of more minutes to come online with level 3 orb as well. That needs to be level 4. He is actually tanky enough. Once he gets the pike, he's gonna have a lot of HP, can be blown up by a tiny Earthshaker. Plus he has a Baton sitting behind him.
Toss? No toss. Black runs away.
Blink into Sandstorm. Great initiation by my creation buddy DNZ.
There's the stun. Earthshaker does get the echo off onto 1. Now the call down. Landing onto 3 or 4 here. The Dire team thinking about reinitiating. Now the cooldown's done. DNZ does get a little spot here for the epicenter. He doesn't have blink though. It has been cancelled. Needs the burst strike naturally through onto 2. Gets a bit of damage in with the Sandy's Eclipse as well. 4 heroes from the Dire all dropping low. Posing as me. Dinked on the head by the homing missile, but not dead just yet. This Sand King wants to get in, but these nether toxins from Viper, so perfect at cancelling TPs and opening up 4 kills like that. The burst strike lands and Black forced away. There's the Shadow Blade,
no
Invis
reveal,
and no reveal. The OD's gone in and now he's gone out.
Tiny will go down.
Rocket Barrage does secure that tiny kill though. Godlike streak.
So greedy. Gyro got 1.2k gold from it.
What's Oliver doing
now? He
though?
has a TP. He can just TP out if he wants, or he can continue to fight. Buyback committed from Abaddon. They might actually get a kill on that Viper. Oh!
Nice Hurricane Blight to the low ground. Shadow Amulet from the Earthshaker, but the sentry's dropped. And Viper's still in trouble here. Throws another Nether Toxin, but Oliver has that damage output to bring the Viper.
Yeah,
down.
Even more gold in Gyro's pockets.
So this Aghanim Scepter seems to be doing a decent job. Like Oliver runs in onto the Viper and sits on him. And tries to get that little side gunner just hitting the Viper over and over again. That extra right-click damage seems to be doing an amazing job. Oh, Witch Doctor! He just walks towards a neutral camp, finds the Earthshaker with a solo Maledict ulti, and now posing as me. And he's going to chase him down with the help of Tiny. Gyro's already extracted from the situation.
After the next fight, whoever wins it, they should aim for the Roche.
I'll take your tribute.
Absolutely. I mean, Aegis OD, Aegis Tiny could be game-defining.
I don't know, OD doesn't seem so poor, but if you look at the net worth, even Nature's Prophet has more.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet has caught up really nicely, but oh, look at this. DNZ has baited the Viper strike, the initiation from the Dire team. What does Viper have? Nothing. No TP, no Hurricane Pike, and no life remaining. The silence onto the Sand King came out too late. Now Black looking for the SK. The blink away from DNZ. Where's he gonna go? Black's getting his blink cancelled by the freaking side gunner, and DNZ can line up a burst strike here, but he misses. Barely scrapes the backside, and a Great Fissure holds the 2 back. The blink echo in will land, and Black arrives, but he's gonna die. The Gyro doing work here, being kept alive by the Abaddon through everything, and Penta have turned this game around.
Yeah, the extra tankiness Gyro gets from Aghanim Scepter, I mean, and S and Y, he can just stand there, plus Abaddon behind him. He's sitting on 2.1k HP with the movement speed of, what, almost 500 move speed when he uses the phase.
Yes, good stuff.
And he's not even level 20 yet.
We were struggling to wonder what this Aghanims was going to do, but it just seems like all of the little things have added up to make this item really work amazingly well. Oliver understanding how to utilize this as he's jumped on by the Viper, but look at that damage! Viper has drifted himself into a 1v4 scenario and absolutely obliterated.
Yeah, looks like random feeding from Anti-Sports. They gave away like 6-7k gold advantage, maybe even more. Yeah, there's the Roche I was talking about. Once I'm not sure they even need to give it to a Gyro, but he'll probably pick it up.
Where's the OD? Tiny arrives. Gyro picks up the Aegis. Abaddon back up to full HP here with his ultimate, and Tiny, even with that double damage rune being kited around, they'll shift back, turn onto the Earthshaker, and the homing missile through that invis, finds the kill. The chase is on though, looking for the Rubik. In comes Gyro, turned back with the little banish there, stolen out. Astral
Tosses him back.
pulls them away. Oliver still diving in. The homing missile comes out and lands on Rubik. Astral again will buy some time, but I think Oliver here should be able to secure this kill with ease. In fact, it's the OD who brings him to his knees.
Dire structures are fortified.
Yeah, they might just go for a high ground here. No echo for 5 seconds, but they still have Aegis. They can heal up.
Dire's
They
middle
don't have an
tower
urn,
is
so
falling.
healing Gyro and the Abaddon
Yeah, no Witch Doctor as well.
would take a little too long maybe. And both of these side lanes pushing in pretty hard. Nature's Prophet doing a pretty good job. You know, you were mentioning his net worth earlier, right? He was ahead of the OD, now OD's overlapped and leapfrogged over. But after the laning stage where Furion was like 0-4, didn't have anything, FaZe Orchid, and he's been split pushing like an absolute monster, but I still haven't felt his presence in the game, right? He hasn't really done too much in team fights. He has just been keeping waves pushed out over and over again.
Well, that's the thing about Nature's Prophet. He's really not a comeback hero. Even if he comes back into the game, he steals a lot of farm from your mid laners and safe laner.
Oh god, what's happening bottom? OD, he's put the Astral onto creeps, but it's the Tiny and this Furion who have arrived. Zaz being brought down by the Epicenter, and DNZ makes short work of the Nature's Prophet as the Shadow Blade from Koblack allows him to run back down this lane, but DNZ still hunting. He just threw out a randy little burrow strike there. It's on cooldown, I heard the noise, but Koblack TP's out.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, Viper was so far ahead. At this point, he only has Spike. That's his only item.
Yeah, closing in on the Maelstrom, but by all means,
Radiant's middle tower
pretty
is
rough
under
game
attack.
as it has progressed.
That's a full fly on Gyro.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's moving at the max speed once he uses either Flutter or Phase Boots.
And he still has Aegis for another like 2 minutes.
Yeah, they're
This
going high ground.
Radiant's
Tier
middle
3
tower has fallen.
is gonna fall. No glyph for the Dire team. They're trying to make things happen on the other side of the map. DNZ tries to keep the Tiny away from his tier 3. Cask and Maledict with the Death Ward. They've got revealed for a little bit here.
No
That's centrally
vision.
placed, but he gets far enough away from it now. Turns back for the Sand King. Burst Strike, Sandstorm. Sandstorm's the choice there to keep DNZ away, while bottom lane, tier 3 and the entire side of Rax is gone. Gyro and Abaddon make short work of it. They've got the mech and the Vlads here to sustain them through all of this.
Dire's middle
Earthshaker, the guy with the Blink Echo, is I don't know, cutting waves bottom. He's not being involved in this fight. Another TP from the Prophet, looking to catch someone out, but it's him. He is the one that's being caught.
Nature's Prophet with 8 deaths this game. Even with the amount of farm he has right now, that's the problem. He still doesn't do anything. He can split push, but it doesn't matter if you have Orchid or if you just click on Nature's Prophet and remove the Orchid like that from the inventory, it's still pretty much the same hero.
I mean, what you should do is just like take your Prophet and give the Orchid to the Viper or the Tiny or something.
Wow,
and then
that's
say,
a really nice suggestion, Gary.
yeah, there you go. I miss the days. Dota 1 days, sharing items. Oh, you need a Blink Dagger, sir? Okay, I'll just sell all my TP scrolls and buy one. DNZ, good start to the fight onto the Rubik, but the cooldown. Oh, it lands onto the Viper, and they've got the stun from the homing missile. Yeah, a lot of damage, but no finisher just yet. Viper survives through everything Penta throw at him. Top lane, a bit of a split push going. Tiny bringing the tier 3 low as the glyph is forced, but mid lane, Rax are dying, and this is a much, much bigger trophy for Penta to claim as they move in onto tier 4s. Potentially the pings come out as the Gyro moving forward, still with Aegis for how long? 20 seconds. Oliver has that safety net to his name. Tiny has left top lane. Nature's Prophet bringing down the ranged Rax, but OD comes back to defend. Koblack in the middle of 3 here. Abaddon, Gyro, they are dropping low. Viper doing a lot of damage back into Oliver, but with a Butterfly, he's tanking through all of it, and DNZ makes damn sure that his Epicenter secure a triple kill for his carry. Oliver very happy with the way that his Sand King jumped into the fight and helped him out, and Zaz, oh, Nature's Prophet, is this going to be number 9? That's going to be number 9. 3, 9, and 6.
Where's Earthshaker? Give this man a rampage.
He's hiding. Still echoes off cooldown, but he's not going to use it. GG is called. Zaz taps out. The Nature's Prophet not happy with the way this game went. And we're going to go to a game 3 here. As Penta tie things up.
Yeah, after the laning stage, I mean, it's Nature's Prophet. We mentioned it a couple of times, but that's the biggest part. You don't really feel the influence of your offlaner. He doesn't do anything. Mid lane, Viper had a lot of farm at the start. Also didn't feel the influence. They were relying so much on a Tiny, but after that, if he just hits Maledict on a Tiny, steals a couple of int from him, and I'm kind of convinced about the Gyro build. It is viable.
It looked good.
I prefer Mask of Madness though, because it excels your farm much more in the early stages, because you need to farm 4,000 gold. But it's still viable. It gives you a tankiness.
They didn't stack for him, right? The supports were like
He
fighting
had
top.
he had a couple of stacks.
But I mean, like we're so used to seeing, Medusa and Gyro have double ancient stacks plus large camp stacks. He had like a couple of stacks in the northern part of the jungle because Sanking was playing aggressively.
Southeast as well.
Oh, did he? Okay.
North, south as well.
North, south, east, west, just everywhere, just stacks on stacks on
North,
stacks.
south. Huh?
Northwest.
Yeah.
God damn it. Words are hard. Words are hard. But that's it all tied up. Game 3. What do you expect? Is this a very good sign for Penta that they come into this game 2 and they're like, right, game 1, whatever, we're going to play super solidly?
Well, we know Penta is a better team overall. I was surprised how game 1 went. But, I mean, it's still 1-1. If Ant makes, let's be clear, Ant makes way more mistakes than Penta. That's the problem for Ant. We'll see, but they can still make it. If they have a good picks, I feel like they were outpicked in this game as well.
I definitely felt that way. So, Penta, Ant, 1 game remaining to progress through this little bracket for ESL One Genting European qualifiers. We'll be back in a few minutes to find out who goes through. See ya.